Keep clapping right now. Keep clapping right now. They bringing out the big guns and so are the queens. Put your hands together for my sister. Put your hands together for my teammates. Put your hands together for Adams E. The gift of having my grandmother, and I remember sitting by her feet saying, is there a specific time of day or a specific way? Was I supposed to write it, cry it, think it, sing it, shout it, or was prayer about just knowing what to say? How to make my needs known, how to tell God what I want, how to get his attention, not really understanding what all this work was for. And then I learned this thing called how to cry out to the Lord. Not yet realizing that I should be careful what I ask for. Because God is always ready with a blessing of an outpour, of an overflow. And then I learned some more. See, I was one of those new Christians. When it came revival time, I was pushed up to the altar, doing what everybody else was doing, saying what they were saying, like, yes, Lord, have your way in me. Teach me, help me, guide me. Lacking some understanding, yes, but wondering why nothing was happening yet, or so I thought. See, now I'm sure I had other somebodies who knew better than me, like the mothers, the brothers and sisters, the elders, the deacons, the missionaries, the evangelists, the elders, and the bishops, you see, who were praying for me and interceding for me. Praying for that moment when I would break out of my shell, waiting for that time when I would look all ugly and contorted in my face and cry, Lord! For myself. Y'all know about that. They were waiting for that moment when I wasn't worried about anybody else. I started saying things like, do this for me, God. Fix it like only you can. See, I found myself getting in position for these battles he was going to fight and win for me. #victory. I was praying for everything like Philippians 4 and 6 says. I was making my requests made known unto the Lord like a laundry list, and I was praying in faith and believing what he says. I said, believing what he says. Not what I thought he said, would have said, could have said, should have said, might have said, but what he was actually saying. While all this time he was stirring up this geyser of power that had been lying dormant, applying pressure, waiting for me to erupt, to conquer my enemies. You see, we're God's perfect imperfection, a word spoken into thin air, and his word can return to him void. Kings and queens, this is what prayer is for. Prayer is not a salad of words being spit into thin air. They are the authority bestowed upon us as rightful heirs to the kingdom of heaven, for tasks like commanding mountains to move and demons to flee with faith the size of a mustard seed. You see, we've got to use what we've been given, recognizing this war is not only in the flesh, but in the spirit. You see, we have to pray in the spirit, meditate in the spirit, being persistent and consistent, recognizing and acknowledging the will and the work of God at all costs. Y'all know that song, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. What happens to us? We come out victorious. Adam Z.